What's up, guys? All right. So, this is episode number 2 of the podcast. So, yeah, last week we had Clutch Shot on. This week I've got another guest, but this week is pretty cool. This is another streamer that has been kind of getting some steam with Fortnite, lately, which is pretty awesome because you guys all know, like, Fortnite's super saturated. It's been out forever, and it's just kind of fun, right? So I'm going to introduce her. Her name is L1ttleDomDom, and just want to give you guys a little bit of kind of a rundown on just who she is and what she's all about. So give me just 1 second. We're good, and here you go.
Hello.
Yeah, you're on. There you go.
Hey, I'm on. Hi, how are you?
So yeah, how long have you been streaming for?
I've been on Twitch for a long time, but I only started streaming. Like my Twitch account is like really old. I think it's like 5 years old
Okay.
or more even. I started streaming actually. It's almost 2 years, but I wasn't streaming regularly until like 6 months ago. So I actually started streaming on Mixer like a long time ago.
You streamed on
Um,
Mixer and
yeah,
okay,
I did.
okay,
I streamed Overwatch via Xbox
okay. So
on Mixer.
you're an Xbox player or
Yeah, or I'm PC and Xbox, but Overwatch I started playing on Xbox, and Fortnite I also started playing on Xbox.
okay. All right.
And it was just
Are you a
easier to
controller?
stream to Mixer back then.
Are you a
I am
controller player?
controller, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay.
For Fortnite, I am.
Okay. Did you play Overwatch on controller too?
I played Overwatch on both controller and mouse and keyboard.
Okay. Okay. So how did you transition from Mixer over to Twitch then? What kind of made that come about?
Well, I wanted to be part of the PC community, um, and the Twitch community. So it was like those two things because Mixer went pretty well. Like it was much easier to find people there
Hmm.
than on Twitch. Like Twitch is really difficult to like get into and find an audience on. Mixer was so much easier. But I just really wanted to be part of the whole community. You know, the people on Twitch are all over social media, Instagram and Twitter, and I just wanted to like be part of that.
Okay. So when you started streaming on Twitch, did you have a lot of did you have a lot of friends on Twitch, like from different Twitch communities, things like that already, or was it something where you kind of had
No,
to find your way and
I
like?
didn't have any friends that were watching me or anything like that. I had maybe one or two people spill over from the Mixer community, but they weren't like regular. So I basically started at zero on Twitch.
Oh my God. Yeah.
Yes.
I had sort of a similar experience because I started about 2 years ago, and I didn't know anyone, right? I wasn't in any
No, me
communities. I
neither.
wasn't subbed to anyone. I wasn't like I didn't even understand the culture of Twitch. Like I've seen like I understood that people were streaming and that you could see them and they were playing games, but I didn't really understand like you know what Twitch was exactly, like how the communities work and how you sort of build communities. And it sounds kind of like you had a very similar
Yeah, I
experience
think
then.
so too. No, I didn't know
Yeah.
anything about Twitch or how to build a community. It's been a learning experience and still is.
Yeah. So, okay. So you said you started on Twitch like regularly about 6 months ago.
Yes.
So, okay. So did you go from 0 viewers to where you are now in 6 months, or has it been a longer process
No,
than that?
no, I started streaming. When I started streaming on Twitch, I was working a lot more back then, so I did maybe 2 streams per week, like maybe three, but usually less. And it took me a long time to find a schedule. I'm very like I like my habits, so it's really important for me to have a perfect schedule. But it took me like a year to figure out when I wanted to stream and to make it work with like the rest of my day
Okay.
and everything like that.
Okay.
It was really difficult. So I would say what made my channel actually take off a bit more was definitely to have a regular schedule, start at the same time every day. Super
Okay.
important.
So, okay. So I guess when you first started to get traction, what would you say was the strategy at the beginning that seemed like it kind of started to get things moving for you? Like, it kind of was it just getting on a regular routine, or were you looking at were you reaching out to other places to try to kind of pull an audience to you, or was it just sort of an organic thing that
Well,
happened?
even before I had like my schedule that I have now, like 5 days, 4 to 5 days a week, starting at the same time, I was starting to get like really active into other streamers communities,
Okay.
even when my stream was much smaller. And that's when I noticed that some of those viewers would like spill over into my stream. Even if I only had like maybe 7 viewers, I started to recognize people from those communities. And that's when I realized how important it was to get involved in a community.
Okay.
But also, what helped me right now to grow a bit more is really like to find my audience. I didn't know what my audience was, and it was only when I started playing Fortnite more competitively that
Hmm.
I noticed like actual growth.
Okay. So you sort of like so just because you were playing Fortnite, it wasn't until you kind of figured out like how you were going to use Fortnite, like what it was about Fortnite or like what you were going to kind of lean into that you started to kind of like have more of an identity with your stream and like start to grow a
Yeah,
little bit more because of
exactly.
that. Like people knew what to expect. Is that kind of what you mean?
Exactly like that. Because there are so many, if I look at like my own competition, that's other girls.
Hmm.
But most of them stream just pubs, and
Yeah.
they're doing well with that. But I was like, I don't wanna. I played Overwatch like competitively as well, and I love to play video games like that. So it's like,
Okay.
yeah, I
Okay.
really wanted to like make that my niche.
Yeah. See, I think that's something that because I've been playing Fortnite on stream for almost 2 years now. And I feel like until recently, I didn't kind of make that connect. Because, like, okay, so when I first started playing, I did like what you said, where you're playing a lot of pubs,
Hmm.
I'm like playing with viewers a lot, I'm doing a lot of things like that. And so what I kind of realized was it was sort of a dead end strategy where, like, at some point, the viewers that I was getting were really just there to play games with me and weren't there to like enjoy the content that I was making. So until just recently, I found that I'm not a competitive player at all. Like I'm like halfway decent, like kind of like casual player. But what we've been leading into lately is more of like trying to find funny things to do or fun things to do within the game that people can kind of like enjoy those moments or enjoy my attempts at these things that
Yeah,
someone
I've seen
else.
that. It's
Yeah.
actually really good because it sets you apart from a lot of other people. I mean, some people only do like trick shotting and stuff, and then they get known for that. And they
Yeah.
post their
Yeah.
videos to TikTok, and I think what you're doing is something like that too. You really get like content out of it that most people wouldn't get.
Yeah, so because it kind of leans into like I feel like it leans into my personality more, so it makes sense what you were
Mm,
saying about if your competitive like background and kind of like that competitive streak, it's like if you weren't doing arena or weren't trying to push yourself to see how many points you could get or to see how far you
yeah.
could take yourself, like it would be playing against your like your nature a bit, and I think it would be maybe wasn't as interesting because it wasn't as genuine of content, right? Like
No,
those maybe
and I
kind of
also noticed that everyone says like, "Oh, play with your viewers and stuff," but my numbers dropped as soon as I played with viewers,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
which is something I didn't understand for like it took me like a year to figure that out. Um, and I'm not really sure why that was. Like, it just guess people just like my focus is so heavily on chat, and then when I play with viewers, I focus a bit more on them, and then I neglect chat, and I don't think people like enjoy that as much.
Yeah, no, I noticed the same thing. So like I do viewer games like once a week, where I play with the
Yeah.
community. And
Mm,
I'm gonna just switch my headset over really quick here. Um and what I've noticed is that your attention gets so split, right? Like normally you're so attentive to to your chat, you're maybe telling a story or you're kind of like you're entertaining everyone where then all of a sudden if you have people in your game that you're also trying to pay attention to, it really like splits your attention, and then people that are coming into your stream, they find it less interesting because you're paying more attention to people that they can't directly interact with, and it's kind
yeah,
of
definitely.
and I think it's like I think it's an important thing to do community games because it's important to kind of like make sure
Mm.
you're connecting with everyone, but at the same time I think overdoing it or doing it too much, I think it's kind of like you're not as good of a content creator, or like it kind of like it takes away a little bit from your ability to really create good content and have good
It
interaction.
does. And then I also noticed that I thought about what I enjoy watching, and I realized that I was always looking for people who were just playing solo and talking a lot with chat. Like that was the content I enjoyed watching too, so I could talk to the streamer. then
Yeah.
I was like, okay, maybe I should do more
Maybe
of this.
yeah, maybe I should do the same thing.
Yeah,
Exactly.
exactly. If that's what they're
Exactly.
looking
Yeah.
for as well.
Yeah, because it's also like you want to make sure that because if you think about the other thing that I've been kind of thinking about lately too is like at some point, your goals obviously are to have to have your stream continually grow and get as big
Mm,
as it can possibly be, right? And at some point, the community and the chat is going to get too big and too fast for you really to have like those one-on-one, kind of like personal conversations with people.
yeah,
And it's kind of like how do you make content that's accessible to like this a large audience, not that can actually scale up, right? So that it's like even if you have 1,000 people in your stream, like how is it still relevant for people and they still feel like welcome and they still feel like they
yeah.
can sort of jump in on that, I don't know, that's sort of
It's only in the last month that I've had to put. I started putting chat on slow mode for non-subscribers, and that has really helped because I try to keep up with everything that's going on in chat.
Yeah, and I've been trying to adjust. I don't know how you feel about this, but I've been trying to adjust and not have as many like personal conversations. Like I've been trying to have conversations that are sort of like more open, relevant to everyone, and that way it's kind of
Mm,
like it's not like about someone's personal like issue or their personal life if it's not going to be something that everyone could have a conversation about. So that way, as
yeah,
people
that
come
is
in,
good.
yeah, they can kind of just jump in and kind of
Mm.
kind of talk and that kind of thing. So. Um, you want to play? You want to jump in and start playing?
Yeah, sure.
All right, let's do it. So I'm gonna have to, or we're obviously gonna ask you about what you think of the new season and everything here. But let
Yeah.
me get up here and we'll switch over and get it going. So you said you're on PC, right? So you're
Yes.
okay. Here, do it's good. Cool. So yeah, so you play Fortnite on controller, but you've played other games on keyboard and mouse.
Yes.
Okay, so why did you make that decision? Because I'm kind of curious about that. Like, why did you decide to play Fortnite on controller where you have the the comfort level with the keyboard and mouse?
Well, for me, it's two things. So one is that I started playing Fortnite with friends on Xbox, but then I also have problems with like the muscles in my shoulders and arms, and
Okay.
um, Fortnite is like a very heavy game for your hands and wrists and stuff because there's so many different controls. Like I play Valorant, for example, on mouse and keyboard, and I don't have a problem with that because it's not that much movement. There's no building. You just like it's more like point and click and shoot, you know.
Yeah.
But Fortnite is a lot more like heavy on your body, I would say.
Okay, because of the
So
building and kind of like
yeah, exactly,
yeah.
and the movement with the mouse and stuff.
Okay, I see a lot of players have like I don't play on keyboard and mouse. I've never really done it, but I see some players and it's like their hands look like it's moving a ton,
Yeah,
and like
exactly.
they really get a huge amount of motion going. So I could
Yeah,
totally see
there's a
that.
lot of motion, and it's all those like micro movements that triggers like some nerves and muscles. So controller actually helps with that. And then I also adapted my play style so that I don't like edit that much
Okay.
because or like I don't always like hit. People get so annoyed that I don't like always hit for like the markers when you break something down, the markers that breaks like a construction or a tree
Mm-hmm.
down faster. I just like hit on the
Okay.
tree,
So
whatever.
try to be
it's because
like a little less
it's
precise.
because that movement with that stick is it's like triggering my problem areas. So
So yeah,
I just avoid it.
that's kind of funny. So when I first started playing Fortnite, probably for I would say almost 6 months, I didn't know that the targets would
Oh, the
destroy.
weak points.
Yeah, that they were
They're
actual weak
called.
points that I was supposed to be aiming at,
Yeah.
and it would destroy things quicker. And then someone in my chat was like, "Dude, why do you never hit the things?" And I was like, "I hit them sometimes. What do you mean?" Like, they're like, you could destroy that car or whatever it was a lot faster. And I'm sitting there trying to farm and like, get my materials or whatever, and it just takes forever. And I'm like, God, this is horrible. And they're like, well, yeah, but if you hit the weak points, like it would go twice as fast.
Yeah, it helps. Well, that's another reason why I also prefer to play arena, because then I don't like I get mats much faster, so then I can make even less of an effort.
Yeah, so you don't really have to worry about it exactly.
Yeah, but people are like, you've been playing this game for like 2 years. Why are you still not hitting the weak points? And I'm like, sorry. Trying
Perfect.
to not hurt myself. Oh, you read it up.
Yeah, let's do it. Yeah.
Okay, but if it's not working on EU servers, we can switch to NA East.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know. It says NA on mine still. Does it say EU on yours?
It says EU on mine.
Okay. All right, we're good.
We'll see where it goes.
Yeah, this was the first season that I bought every single level of the battle pass like on day 1.
You did?
Yeah, so I'm level whatever 130 or something.
That's insane.
It was a little bit excessive, but I don't know.
Nah.
Yeah.
Why not?
Yeah, I thought why not? Yeah.
For me, it's like I really like to like grind games, so I want to start at like 0.
Yeah, I got frustrated though last season because they made the top level so difficult to reach that I was like,
Yeah, oh yeah, you're right.
I kind of want
didn't think
but,
about that. Yeah, I didn't go for those like skins. So.
Yeah, so I don't know, but no, I understand that. Yeah, you kind of want to have that like that daily thing to sort of like go after or try to get to.
Okay, your username is in gold. It's so pretty.
Yeah.
I'll get there.
I'm over here on Xbox, like still loading up, like.
Oh.
I can't even see it. There we go.
What about now?
Yeah, I can see now.
Switch to your Twitch.
Cool. All right. Where do you like to drop? What's one of your spots?
Well, my spots are gone now with the new map. So
okay.
I'm sad. With my trio, we drop in Misty Meadows here on this side.
All right, let's
But I kind of wanna.
Where do you wanna go?
We can go to Misty for the first drop, maybe.
Okay.
And then I haven't really explored the rest of the map, to be honest, not that much.
Okay. Yeah, let's we'll try a different drop after this and see do a different spot. So I kind of asked you about this, the other day. I think I messaged you asking you how you like the season, but how would you say it is, I guess, not just for because I think there's one answer for competitive and there's probably another answer for just like casual. So what's kind of your take, I guess, on both angles of that, like the competitive or the casual kind of side?
Well, I think I would be super happy if I was just playing casual, because this season looks really fun. Like if I was playing it with like my IRL friends and so. For arena, it's a bit. I think a lot of people in the community are a bit sad because it went in the opposite direction of where people wanted arena to go. And I mean, it is what it is, and.
what would be like your ideal, like what's the ideal scenario for you for arena right now? Like what would you want it to be?
Well, I think what people were hoping for was that they would remove the mythic weapons.
Okay.
And I think other than that, people were quite happy with the state of arena. It was mostly the mythic weapons that they're so unbalanced. And instead they added more mythic weapons, and they added helicopters, and the grenade spam is back. Like all of these things.
So I guess I didn't know that. So in on arena, they let you carry more grenades again, or they have grenades available again?
Oh, last season grenades weren't even there.
Well, at the beginning they were, right? So like right at the start, didn't they have it where you could have like? Oh, I've got a guy on me. What the heck?
Oh. Well, it was in the first season of this. I'm so bad with this new weapon. I don't even know how to use it almost. Oh.
Got the other guy there. Okay.
Oh yeah, you don't get siphon here.
No.
I was like, should I thirst?
I think he's up there with that shot.
Yeah, I hear him.
Yeah, I'll like peek my head so he shoots me instead of you. He's super low. Got him.
Nice.
Oh no! There's another guy. There's a whole other team, third party.
Yeah. Out there. We're both like standing, charging our shotguns at each other.
God.
Oh, this guy has the gold. That's so nice.
Oh yeah, and he's got that cool back, man. Everybody's got all the cool stuff. Okay, so the grenade spam's back, so that's kind of annoying. The mythic weapons are back, or kind of back, and that's okay. So I get it. So basically, you'd like to see a competitive mode that maybe they got rid of. Basically, get rid of some of the mobility get rid of grenade spams, or maybe just get rid of grenades altogether. And
Well,
then
yeah, they did such a nice thing with like last season. So they nerfed the C4. Before you could carry 3 of them. When you can still carry, but like when you pick them up, it would be 3. Then in arena, they limited to just 1, like when you pick them up.
okay. So let's see. A Cookie Monster says a clean, consistent arena setting is what makes good competitive gameplay. Good,
Yeah,
consistent. That makes
I
sense.
agree.
Okay, so just a little bit cleaner map, like defined landing spots, like more balance with the weapons, so that there's nothing that has like there's no landing spot that gives you an overall competitive advantage because it has like
Yeah, exactly.
that makes more sense. So that way
Mm.
it's a little more it's still RNG because it's like you can't always count on the loot that you're gonna get, but like there's a little
Oh yeah,
less.
no, definitely.
That
No, the
makes,
RNG is fine. I mean, that's the game, so it is what it is. But
yeah.
it's more like yeah, like the mythic drum gun and those things that made you just be able to
Yeah. Do they
boost
have
the kill zone.
the Marauders? Are the Marauders in this?
They do.
In
Yeah,
arena?
it's not great.
Oh
Yeah,
my
they do.
god. What a mess. That's such a nightmare. Like,
Yeah, it's a nightmare.
oh my god. Yeah, that's
They're everywhere.
See, and I think that they should see, because for me, like being a very casual player, like I absolutely love the new season. Like I think everything about the new season is like fantastic for just it's like silly content and just stupid stuff happening and like all this like craziness, but they should cater to both, right? It's like if they want to have these like
Yeah, that's what I don't understand. I don't understand like why they did that for arena this season, because now arena is basically what pubs was last season.
yeah, yeah,
And they know that that's not what people want, so why don't they?
yeah.
It's weird. They could cater to both sides, both casual and competitive.
Because I almost feel like in the casual mode, like the more crap the better, as long as the game runs. Like just throw all kinds of silliness at us and like just let us kind of have a day. But then also if you want to be more hardcore and you want to like be competitive, it's like give us kind of give us that as well. You know what I mean? Like kind of I don't know, just kind of like that balance. Because this season I feel like is perfect for young people. Like it's exactly what I think. Like if you're like, I don't know, if you're like 10, 12, something like that, you probably just think this is like the best thing that's ever happened. Maybe even younger, like because it's like you've got sharks you can ride on, and you've got just all of this silliness that.
But I think that they, since it's summer and people will be home. I mean, a lot of people were home already, but I think they definitely cater like to that audience, and that's totally fine.
Yeah.
It is what the game is about. I just think that they could have kept it like a bit more separate. But I mean, I think I'm kind of, the more I play this season, the more I enjoy it. I think it's okay to still like mourn like the loss of some parts of the game that you like love and stuff, but you have to adapt.
There's one on me over here.
Oh, you already have shield?
Yeah, I'm shaking him down.
I did not warm up for
he's
this.
right here.
Let's go. Yeah, nice.
Yikes. Give a shot.
There are more people here too.
Oh no. Here, wait. Oh, you got one. Oh, cool. There's a mythic chest here too.
Oh, nice.
Oh, hunting rifle? Alright, cool.
Hello. Yeah, I really need to like explore more of the map. Like, I honestly, I'm like always just like at the bottom part of the map, like the bottom right part.
Oh,
where,
yeah, because you
the
like,
old map is there.
yeah, so it's much more comfortable too, because you're all on you're on land for the most part, and
yeah.
there's a. You take that big.
No, I take it. You can take it. I take it.
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, I'll just. I feel like my game audio is quiet. Let me. I love the chili pepper things too. Like I don't know. Like I just.
Yeah, they're actually good.
Yeah.
Those I actually use in arena as well.
So how far did you get so far in arena? Like how many points do you have right now?
Oh my god. I think that I'm at 2,500 something.
Okay.
We're playing a lot of trios now, and you only get 7 points.
Oh, I just got sniped. Holy crap.
Yeah, this is the sniper of the seasons.
Yeah. Oh my god. I barely even peeked. What the heck, dude?
Snipers everywhere. What was I saying?
Yeah, you were talking about how many points you had. Because last season you
Oh,
got...
yeah.
You were... What'd you have last season? Like 4,000 or 5,000? Somewhere in there?
I got up to 5,830.
Oh my god.
I was so close to champions. I count it as being in champion.
That's...
Anyway.
Yeah, that's freaking awesome. Because yeah, I think I ended up about 4,000 and then I went backwards a bit.
That's really good though.
Yeah, and then it was just, I don't know. Because oh shoot, they're right here. Oh wait, no, that's a,
I don't know to use like half of these items. I'm scared.
What? Oh, I couldn't bounce on the thing.
Oh. Oh my.
No way. Wait, oh, he just cranked up there, seriously? Nice, dude. That's got absolutely wrecked.
Yeah, but it's difficult. Like I'm very like habitual. So when I play competitive, I usually like always drop at the same place, because you know like your corners and where to position yourself, the loot.
Yeah, that's a good point. That's a good point. Like this is that's what I kind of like sometimes about a new season though. Also, is that you have no idea like the little corners that people can be, like the I don't know how to navigate through spaces, and like I don't know, everybody's sort of figuring it out. So, Cookie Monster, I just keep seeing Cookie Monster's chats, but said that you have experience with Battlefield games also. So did you like? Are you a Battlefield player or no? Is that?
Yeah, I played Battlefield for many years, and I also worked at the studio on the games, on a lot of the Battlefield titles.
Oh, seriously? That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, the one that I played the most was Battlefield 1. So I played that like a ton. I thought it was so awesome with like the, you know, World War One, like I don't know, like kind of the more basic guns. Even though I ended up using all the fully automatic stuff anyways, like I don't know, it was kind of a fun. I don't know, I like the environments and stuff like that too.
Yeah, no, they're some of the best games out there. Some of the Battlefield titles, I think.
Yeah, yeah, I love
that
that.
genre.
I like the I think I love the squad based, like you know how you sort of like have like your specialties. Like I always thought that was kind of cool, like how you know someone can kind of be like the. You know, I'm gonna be the guy that goes and blows up the tanks. I'm gonna be the guy that you know that heals the team and like.
Well, that's nice. You get that from especially competitive arena as well, because there you kind of have to have like a role, so you can like assign that to yourself.
Yeah.
Or to your like your squad mates. Here in Fortnite as well. Probably not so much when you're playing like casual, but like in arena you kind of need to have those roles.
Makes sense. So you're doing trios and solos right now? You're gonna have a
Yes.
Okay. So what do you prefer? Do you like to do the solo arena or do you like doing the trio? Are you gonna get in trouble for saying that?
No. No, I'm super happy to have a trio. Should we try this rig? I don't think I've ever been here.
Yeah, let's go.
Rickety rig. Let's see. I've been there once, but I don't know what it looks like. No, it's so fun to play with a trio. I also enjoy playing solos, of course, because then I have more time to talk to chat, and you also level up faster. More points per kill. But no, it's amazing to finally have a trio to be able to play with. I never really had a duo. Like I struggled to find a duo, so I play with a bunch of different people, which was fun. But it's difficult to like really perform well if you don't play like regularly.
Yeah, for sure. Like that's kind of funny. Like I did the duos thing a little bit last season, and I was playing with someone that didn't really like sync up with how I play, you know, and it's like they kind of expected me to play at a different level or a different way than like really what comes natural to me, and it would always get us into bad situations kind of thing. So it's kind of like,
is that in arena or
yeah, an arena, and then we would do like the cash, you know, like the little cash cup kind of things, and like those little weekly tournaments and stuff. But yeah, it's funny, you have to really be synced up with your teammates and like have a good feel for like how each other plays, so you kind of know what they're gonna, you know, where they're gonna be. And
I mean, I really enjoy those the solo cash cups too, because it's fun to try and like beat your personal best from like last week and that. to see the improvement.
Except they keep changing the way that the point structure works, so it's hard. It's hard
Yeah,
to
I know.
to keep up with that. Yeah.
I know.
Oh
That
my
was
god.
that was sad. Those are the sad times.
God, I just fell right.
No, but
through.
that's because like I'm like okay at the game, but I'm not like a pro, and I'm not like very good at it. I'm like mediocre at competitive, but it's still fun for the audience to see if you like try to beat your own personal best, because then they have something to like follow and track and like root for as well. So you don't have to be like the best player in the world to play comp. You can still like play it and enjoy it with like your audience and your friends.
Yeah, it's more about like pushing yourself and kind of just seeing how good you can be, and then
Exactly.
yeah, and it is nice to kind of feel like you've leveled, like you've kind of like leveled up. Like I feel like that's the thing with Fortnite where I've noticed like the more I play, I feel like you kind of feel like, okay, I can do this building that I I can build like this that I wasn't able to do before. I can edit this way that I wasn't able to, just things that you're able to kind of like learn and kind of evolve. Your gameplay keeps evolving, the more time you put into
Oh
it.
yeah, it does. But I often feel like sometimes I just feel like the better I become at the game, the worse I get. I think it was definitely introduced when they added skill-based matchmaking to pubs, but also in arena because you keep leveling up, so you meet like more and more like difficult players. Even if you have improved like mechanically, the game just gets more and more difficult.
Yeah,
It's good to keep that in mind.
That is true.
Because I know a lot of people feel the same way.
Yeah, what's funny for me is that because I've been doing a lot of like memes and screwing around a lot, is that I constantly will like rank down. So
Oh,
like
that's nice.
because like I'm out there like just doing stupid shit, and like all of a sudden it'll be like I haven't played a like serious solo game in a while, then I just get matched with a bunch of like bots and like really like I don't know, like just
yeah, but you're still probably like improving like your mechanics and stuff and like game sense. So then the games should become like more enjoyable. See, that's how I would like to play. Like I wish I could play like that, but you kind of just I don't know.
Yeah, no, and I've noticed that the more I kind of embrace like the silly side of the game, I feel like the more I enjoy it, and then the more like my community kind of enjoys it, because it's like I'm always kind of in a good mood when I play, because it's like I'm not really like worried about like, and anytime I jump in and I'm doing arena or I try to do comp, like I get, because I'm very competitive too, and I get like really into it, and I get really like frustrated if I'm not like on my game that night or that kind of thing. So it's kind of
you play arena as well, and it's fun. Like it's fun to try and like get more points and stuff, and it doesn't have to be like a big thing. I know a lot of people who are like super good at creative, like they're insane. They can do all of these like mad things. Some streamers too, and then but they can't play like a cash cup and perform well to save their lives because they don't have that experience and they get too nervous. Like they have the mechanics, but they don't have like the psychological side of it, which is so important.
Yeah, they get like tight or whatever. Yeah. Yep, that makes sense.
And then also usually servers are a bit like worse.
Yeah, I don't
when
have.
You're playing tournaments. So.
Yeah, exactly. I don't have that like killer instinct with this game. like I classically finish second place like all the time because like I always get a little bit like nervous or a little, I don't know what you got.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
No, me too. I'm not.
Oh, you got guys.
People over here.
What are you...
That's the guy riding a shark, I think.
What are you carrying for shield right now? I've got some bigs and minis.
That's slurp fish. I can take that big too and get
there's two.
I don't have a shotgun though.
There's two
That's
there.
worrisome.
What is that guy doing in the boat?
Have you seen a shotgun?
I
don't know what is it.
Maybe it was a gray one. Let me. I don't know. I'm still like figuring out the rotations on this map. I guess we have to get going anyways, huh?
I think we need to go soon.
Should we go into that that whirlpool over there?
The swirly thingy. What are they called? I don't even know what they're called.
I don't know. I call it a whirlpool. I think that's good enough.
Whirlpool? I wonder what they named it in the game.
Guessing that's someone just asked with a little kappa. They wonder what would make the perfect trio.
That's one of my trio members.
I assumed.
Yeah. Just being a little thing.
Oh my god.
Is misbehaving.
Yeah.
What did you think about the tsunami I shouldn't call it. People call it tsunami, right? The
Yeah,
little thing they did for like 2 days between seasons.
I thought it was. Oh, here you go. There's one. Shoddy.
Yeah, here is a shoddy.
I thought it was cool. So like, I think that's again that kind of like leans into like, I don't know, like how I'm sort of like embracing like the dumb shit that happens in Fortnite. Like, I thought it was amazing because it was just like the stupidest thing, like having this like wall of water that you literally couldn't go into.
Yeah,
And
I actually didn't hate it. I think it was good. I wish they would have kept it.
really, you want to? Okay.
Yeah, because like then you really couldn't be in the storm, and people also
Yeah,
couldn't like attack you from inside the storm.
that's
And it
true.
added just this level of like stress, which I
Yeah, no,
guess
that's
I
a good point.
enjoyed.
Yeah, because a lot of times you get the fighting in the zone, right? And it would kind of keep
Yeah, and then
people.
it's so annoying to keep like
Yeah,
dying
yeah, yeah,
in
yeah,
the
yeah.
zone.
I kind of
Or
get
you
that.
play well and then someone just starts shooting you. Like I like when my experience is a bit like limited or the game is limited, which is why I was also hoping for like a scale down
Hmm.
arena, because I like to like, I don't know, I guess have more control.
Hmm. I
And
think.
now it went back to being like a very spammy meta.
Yeah, they need. I think that they really should just address that and have like a competitive mode. You know,
Mm,
that just makes more sense. Let's go.
I can't carry that. I have 5 fish though.
Okay.
What do you think about? Have you noticed that the game is like very dark? It's either very bright or dark with
Hmm.
the new engine.
Yeah, I guess I could see that. I don't. Yeah, I think sometimes I don't notice. Like, I think I'm just like a little clueless at times. I don't know.
Okay.
But no, I think like right now it's pretty dark. Yeah, I guess I just like.
Yeah, and right now it's
Yeah.
really. Oh, for you actually it's brighter, so that's nice.
Oh, is it a little bit?
I
That's kind
see
of
on
funny.
your stream. Yeah, it actually looks good on yours. On mine it's just darkness. I'm gonna up my brightness.
Guess
a
we're
bit.
not going up there. Okay, why don't we just get out? We'll just run around. I don't know.
Just adjusting my settings.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I think that's part of it, like the Xbox thing too, because like I definitely want to like change
Oh
over
yes.
and be on be on PC. I just haven't done it yet because it's like I don't know. I started playing. Well, I've always been like more of a console like gamer
Mm.
than I have a PC gamer. Um, but I don't know. I think also just like growing up, like PC gaming, like you typically play like on like the family computer and stuff, and like the family computer was always like
Oh god,
not
you suck.
not the best
I was
for
wondering where my emotes went. It's fixed now, lol.
yeah, it's like because like I don't know when I was I don't know when I was growing up it was like you had PC games, but unless you had
Mm.
like a really good like family computer, like you probably weren't playing like the latest ones and like playing them like the experience wasn't typically better on PC than it was on like the consoles at the time, and it was kind of like
Yeah.
I don't know, and then also you'd want to like play on the television rather than playing on the computer, I guess. I don't know, that's sort of like what I remember
I think
growing
that's
up, but
also why they are like. I think that like younger or like the kids or whatever we call them these days,
mhm.
a lot of them they grew up with consoles instead of PCs because
Hmm.
consoles are so much cheaper compared to like a really good gaming PC.
Yeah,
And that's also why controller is so important for their
there's
game.
guys on.
Oh yeah, they are right up there. Oh my. This is where all the good people are.
They ran away.
They did. Maybe they weren't that good, or they were just.
Can we use
smart.
that controller thing? That's like what? How does it? Isn't controller supposed to be like cheating? I thought people told me that it was like cheating, but like I never hit anything, so I don't know.
Nah, I'm hitting. They definitely nerfed it, so I'm definitely hitting less.
Yeah.
I don't know. Actually, this is actually kind of better for me.
Is
I don't
it?
know why. Yeah, because I feel like I have a bit more control.
It
Sometimes
doesn't.
I feel like I was fighting the aim assist.
Yeah, it doesn't snap as much. It's not as severe. Yeah.
Yeah, and I feel the more they nerfed it, the more I felt like I had like more control over it. It's just like on Overwatch, for example, I switched there. I switched it off completely, like the aim assist, because sometimes he would just take over and like mess up the shots and stuff.
Yeah,
Oh, we have to go.
it's kind of interesting because it's like I don't know. Like I know aim assist gets talked about a lot, and it's like
Mm.
I feel like it's as much of a skill like learning to use it as it is to just aim without it. I feel like because you kind of have to like build up that ability to like understand that at some point that it's going to take over and it's going to like snap to an enemy, and like you've got to like
Yeah.
kind of understand how that mechanic is going to work, and I don't know.
Oh
Yeah.
god, you suck.
Yeah, I've been adjusting like my snipe shots this season. It's been like a totally different it's a totally different mechanic. I'm used to like aiming in quick and like letting it snap to the enemy and taking the shot sort of in rhythm, and now it's like
with the sniper.
yeah, because it would like if I snapped it like my aim in kind of quick and like get like really close, like let's say I'm in the area and I let off quickly, like a lot of times I feel like I would snap to the target and I would hit my shots more like consistently.
Oh, I
But
don't
no.
even know if that was available for like controller on PC, or I just never.
It's just I don't know if that was just sort of how I would use the aim assist.
It
Right?
might be like
because I always felt like it was limited, right? Like it's
Console thing.
like right when you get your reticle like close to an enemy, I feel like it sort of snaps for like a brief second. So it was kind of like trying to get that like rhythm down where you feel it like you kind of feel it like kind of just like snap to the to the target quickly, and then I would take the shot, and then I like where now I feel like I really just have to get my aim better. Like I have to be on on target or on the enemy for the snipe shots to hit, and I feel like it slowed me down a little. But I think it's kind of like
well,
I like
think that's what they want. They want this season to be slower, like the builds play slower. Everything is a bit slower. The movement. I'm only starting to get used to it now.
Mm-hmm.
And then with the new shotgun, it's also slower.
Yeah.
So I think they want that. Which is nice. Oh, this part of the map is actually still here.
Yeah, it's pretty similar. I thought that the level design was super creative too, like how they put things like on like big like pillows, like how they're all floating in the water and stuff. I don't.
Yeah, it's cool. No, I mean I quite enjoy the map, and I'm not like worried about the water. The water will probably go away. I am mostly at the part of the map where there isn't much water, but now you can build in the water, so that helps a lot too.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh, there's a guy down here. But I'm gonna mourn the loss of the heavy sniper, like.
Oh my god, that was my gun. Like, yeah,
mine too.
Loved having that gun. Yeah.
I'm so sad.
Like I actually liked when they nerfed it so that I couldn't just hit those body shots. Like you hit that, nice.
Yeah. No, I mean it's fine with the nerf. Like I'm totally okay with that. I just wish I still had it. Could have it in my inventory.
Where's the other guy?
And now it's just a lot of these encounters are just like sniper shootouts.
Yeah. Oh, there's guys over here as well. It's like to our right. Why is it not working right there? Oh shoot.
Oh, they're over there. Oh, did someone just drop on them? No, it was his friend, I think.
But the other team was covered behind them, so they should be getting pinched now. Oh, he's got that stupid thing. God dang it. I'm doing this to you every game now. You're just... Sorry. Seriously. Oh my god.
Oh my, he's up on my thing.
Wow.
I think they're both there. Let's see which... Oh, that's the drum gun. Yeah. I shot him in the head. How did he not die? Is that the tack nerf?
Maybe. What were you using? What was the...
The blue tack. He
Really?
should have dropped. Yeah, because I hit him before too. Like, took a lot of his shield off.
Oh my god.
Yeah, so the attack is definitely nerfed.
Yeah.
But we knew that.
Yeah. Okay, so let's talk about the shotgun. So what do you think of the new, like, the loss of the pump and then this new, like, charge shotgun?
Well, I am sad. I'm going to mourn the loss of the pump as well. I'm sure it will be back next season.
Yeah, maybe even this season at some point. I mean, you never know. Like, just the way that they kind of, I don't know, sort of have a tendency to change things, like, in the middle. But what do you think of, like, this new meta where you sort of just sit there and, like, you're sort of like charging charging your shotgun, like, you know, without,
It is
you know.
it is a bit awkward, especially when you've been practicing to have like speed and flow in your gameplay for so long,
Hmm.
and then it's kind of like removed. So I definitely prefer to take the regular tack. It just fits my play style better as well.
Yeah.
But both the tack and the SMG is nerfed, and you can definitely feel it.
Yeah, I wonder. So, what do you think the purpose of that was? Like, what was it that they
I think
didn't?
it's to slow the gameplay down.
Yeah,
Um,
because now it just feels like we just get like, or at least I do. I get sniped like there's 2 games in a row now that I've gotten sniped in the head, and it's like, I feel like
yeah,
yeah, because there's so many snipers in the game right now that it's
yeah,
like
definitely.
yeah, you almost have to carry one, and I feel like everyone's I don't know. That seems what everybody's kind of going for. Now
Mm,
it's yeah, I don't
I
know.
actually
Yeah.
prefer to go with the scope, though. I just think that's easier, especially on controller.
Mm-hmm. It's to make people choose pistols instead, which are wait, make people use pistols instead of shotguns? Is that what you're trying to say? I don't know. Like, I guess maybe I don't. But then they put the SMGs back in. I guess they get rid of the miniguns, add in
I like the
SMGs.
pistols, so they're good. They
Yeah,
always been good in Fortnite.
yeah.
No, I mean with the controller on PC now, the thing with the hunting rifle is that I don't know if there's any aim assist. If there is, I'm not feeling it.
Mm-hmm.
So I would rather go with like a scoped sniper, to be honest, because I feel like that gives me more precision.
Yeah, I
For
feel
like
like
controller on PC.
yeah, I think that's kind of what happened to me the last 2 games. Like, I'm sitting there taking my time with like my shots with the hunting rifle, and like I'm peeking for way too long. Like because I'm used to like feeling like I'm close to aiming, and now it's just it's almost like I have to lower my sensitivity to get the like make my adjustments
Oh
smaller or
yeah, yeah,
something.
definitely. No, I noticed that too. I had to like lower it a bit.
Have you dropped here
Uh,
yet? Have you dropped at Caddy Corner yet?
no, I haven't.
All right, let's do it. It's kind of a
Yeah.
nightmare. There's
Yeah, I know. I want to do it though. It's fun.
All right.
Let's go. Um, yeah, it's gonna be
Well, that's
crowded.
yeah. That's what I was trying to say. Yeah, with the hunting rifle, I feel like I can't find my I can't find my rhythm with it. Like I just like aim way too slow, and I use like a taller control stick on my controller,
Mm.
and
I know one of those.
yeah, so it makes like makes a big movement, right? And it's like it's very I don't know. I feel like maybe I need to adjust my sense now that that's gone because I'm used to
Yeah, probably.
yeah I'm used to it being fine, but oh crap, this is good.
I'm gonna die so fast.
Yeah.
Oh my. I'm dead.
Somehow I survived this. Like,
Avenge me.
see what we can do. Ah! Oh, it's this guy?
Oh my. I never seen him before. I haven't.
He's
seen
OP! Oh my god! He one shot me! I shot him 3
Yeah.
times in the head!
I saw that.
Oh,
Oh, that was rough.
Alright, let's do one more. Let me like one more good one. Oh my god.
Oh, you're using the same skin that he's using with the little kitten.
Yeah, and it has like
That's so
there's
cute.
like unlockable. This is the thing that kind of ticked me off was like I bought all 100 levels, but
Mm.
the alternates for a lot of these skins you can't unlock until like week 8 or something.
Oh, really? I didn't know that.
Yeah, so it's like it's based off of like the cosmetic upgrades are based off of challenges that aren't out yet, so I have to wait anyways. So I'm just like, well, why did I buy all of the all
That
the levels?
is
Like,
a bit weird, actually.
yeah, if I have to wait like everyone
Probably
else.
for like promotional purposes and stuff like that.
Yeah. God. Let's see here. I think of some of the other things. I had a bunch of things I was going to ask you about. The other thing that we didn't really talk about that I think I'd mentioned before we got on was like the work home balance. So like how do you kind of like manage that with stream? Because I think a lot of people don't understand how much time goes into streaming. Like when you're not live, right? Like there's so much that you're doing. Yeah, there's so much that you're doing when you're not live, but like you also are working and then trying to balance just like your off stream like home life. Like how do you kind of find a balance with all of those things?
Well, I think that's why it took me so long to start streaming regularly as well, because I struggled so much with getting that like schedule down, something that worked for me. No, I just had to try like a lot of different times, and it's like work gets you tired, and then streaming gets you tired. So,
Have you
but
found like a good length of stream? Like, do you try to always stream about the same amount of time, or do you sort of just go by how you feel, or like how do you kind of go about
no,
that?
I try to stream between 4 and 5 hours every stream. I feel like more than that, it's just too much since I'm also working, and I'm usually working before and after the stream, so I need some energy for that.
Do you also play games when you're not streaming, or do
Yeah,
you do?
I
Okay.
do. Yeah.
Okay, so you're just like a pretty pure gamer. Like honestly, like
Yeah,
it's
I
not
am.
you're not gaming because you stream. You're just gaming because you
No,
love gaming.
no,
Yeah.
I started streaming because I was gaming so much, and I felt like it was a bit too much. I was wasting time. So
Mm-hmm.
I was like, if I stream, I can still be social and maybe even make a bit of money out of it, and I still get to play.
I like
So,
it.
and here we are. So I
Yeah.
basically based my streaming around that.
Okay. Do you have like a goal for streaming, or is it something that you're just sort of doing and having fun and like, kind of what happens, or do you kind of have like do you have certain things that you're sort of like look at like this, I'd love to get to this point, or like how do you kind of approach that, or how do you look at that?
It's difficult to say because streaming is so random, like if you will make it or not, and it's such a grind. So I always said from the start that I'm streaming because I'm gonna play anyway, and I feel like if I stream for 5 hours instead of just playing for 5 hours, I won't feel bad about myself or like I'm wasting
Yeah.
too much time. But then, of course, I think it's like a lot of streamers just want to be able to make like a living out of it, and it doesn't have to be like I would just like to get enough to like get by.
Yeah.
I guess
Okay.
that's the goal. I mean,
Just-
I'm happy now too.
So that
I'm,
you
like,
could not work part-time and just do streaming, and that would be enough kind of thing, like that.
that would be more than enough. Yeah,
Okay, that's
I would
pretty
just
cool.
be very happy with that.
I like it.
Mm.
Yeah, yeah. So like, and I guess the other thing I was gonna ask you was like, so I do a lot of other things on stream. Like I haven't been doing as much lately, but like, I typically don't just play games. So like I do like cooking streams. I go fishing. Like I do other things like outside of the house. Like, do you ever do non-gaming streams? Like, do you ever kind of get into that kind of stuff?
No, I don't. I don't.
Okay.
I just wanna play. So,
I like it. I like it. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Because like, I think the reason that I kind of like doing those things as well is that I kind of look at streaming like if it's something that it's something that I wanted to do, let's say for a living. Like I would want to have like kind of like the freedom to be able to do it anywhere and kind of be doing almost anything, I guess. So it's
yeah, yeah, that's super good. I think for me, I would then I would take that part to YouTube.
Okay, just do it in a
Um,
different like venue or
Yeah, I think I would
different
do
arena.
that, but maybe like vlogs then on
Makes
or
sense.
vlogs. I don't know how you say that.
Yeah, yeah.
Put that on YouTube and then just do the gaming on Twitch.
Okay.
But it's good what you do because that's also like finding like different audiences as well.
Yeah, yeah, and then it's like, yeah, it's so funny, like, when I do, like, a fishing stream or something, like, how quickly you get people, even from my existing community, that are like, oh, I didn't know you did this, and that, I also love to do this, or they're kind of interested in, kind of seeing what, my other hobbies and other things are, that kind of thing, but, I also have to try to, like, balance, not like just being on like camera or on stream or like in that kind of world all the time, and like letting it sort of like, I don't know.
Yeah,
sort
and
of,
you recently got back to work as well.
Yeah, I was off. So yeah, I was off from the end of March until the beginning of April or beginning of May. So I was off for a long time. I mean, I think it was like seven-ish weeks, something like that. And it was kind of cool because I was able to try it out, like kind of see what being a full-time streamer sort of was like, where I kind of approached it more like a job, where, I'd get up, kind of get my things together, like, get ready to stream. And I was doing longer streams too, trying to stream for like 6-7 hours a day and, trying to do it every day. And then also doing all of the, social media and all of those other things, kind of off, I don't know. It was cool. It was really cool just
But
to kind of
it's
see.
more too. I feel like a lot of younger people don't like really realize what it's like being like an adult and a streamer. That there's so much you have in life, like family and parents and family that you maybe need to take care of, and housework and everything. So I have so many, especially when I started playing comp, like so many kids come into my stream and they're like, why aren't you playing like this? Why aren't you better? Why aren't you doing that? And I'm like, I run a household.
Yeah,
I work. I don't have time to grind like creative for 8 hours per day.
No, exactly.
So, there's a llama in the water. Do you think we can take it?
It's like
Will
underwater?
we be able to? Yeah,
oh, I see it. Can we shoot it?
Let's try and get to it. There are marauders over there too.
Oh, they're gonna come and get me for sure.
Because you can't like reboot underwater. I never seen this stuff.
How did you spot that? That's pretty good.
With my eyes. I don't know.
Oh,
I don't think it's hard. Yeah, exactly. That's what I mean.
Yeah. No, I completely agree with that. It's like for me, like being back at work now and sort of adjusting to, like it took me a couple weeks to get used to like the new schedule and like being used to, you know, how am I gonna like balance and stay like keep, because I have to keep energy for my day job, otherwise like streaming just isn't relevant. Like I can't do it, right? So it's like how do I keep my energy up, you know, all day at work, get home and then stream, and it's really, I've had to kind of find a really good balance with like how long I'm streaming for. Like I've cut my streams down to where I'm only doing about 2 hours on weeknights now. Because I found that,
but you work full time, so
yeah. So I work from, you know, usually it's like 8 to 4:30, something like that, and I've just had to kind of figure out like, okay, I can get home, sort of decompress, like get my mind in a good place, and then I can do about 2 hours. But if I try to push it past 2 hours, then I don't get that like a little bit of time where I'm not at work and I'm not on stream, where I can sort of just like let my mind reset and, you know, kind of like,
definitely.
yeah, sort of like, decompress a little bit, and then I can still get to sleep. Because before I would try to stream till like, you know, 9-10 at night, and, you know, try to like turn back around and, you know, go and work the next day, and it just was such a grindy, you know, kind of feeling that it just wasn't it wasn't good. Like it wasn't good for anybody. Like, you know, I don't think the streams were as good, and you know, it's just
people fighting over here.
Yeah.
Now you have to find that balance, and like I work a lot on the stream while I'm not live. Like a lot of people, they want to play, and then I'm like, I'm only playing like with subs when I'm streaming. If I have like a community day, and then they're like, okay, we'll play when you're not streaming then, and I'm like, but when I'm not streaming, I'm like working, or like working on the stream. Like they think that the second I switch off the stream, I just go into this like a limbo.
Yeah, like yeah. It's so funny. I
don't know how to explain it.
Yeah, I did community games like for, I don't know, 6 hours yesterday or something, and this like for like the next like hour or so after I got off, I was getting like game invites like constantly. Yeah. I'm like you understand that like I just played for 6 hours with everyone, and like the last thing I want to do is play Fortnite with anyone.
Yeah, I'm not gonna like if I'm playing, then it will be like with probably like some IRL friend or like family or something. Yeah. I'm probably just like I'm going to eat, and like I have to make the food too.
Yeah, you know? Exactly.
Take care of the cats, clean.
Yeah, so I kind of want to just go over there. You want to just go over there?
Yeah, sure. I don't have any AR ammo though.
Okay, well yeah, we'll just kill them and take theirs, right?
Yeah, that's a good idea.
But yeah, it's like I think when you were mentioning kind of like how you were playing games and that's sort of how I got into streaming too, where I was playing games, you know, pretty much every night with one of my coworkers, and we were watching like a lot of YouTube, like watching people. What was I trying to say? Like watching people. Oh shoot!
Oh my god!
Get out of here! No way!
I'm just getting ruined every game. Oh, one of them is down.
Took my wall.
Wait! Oh, that's you? Oh, sorry.
No! I got him! I gotta get.
Get him!
Yay! He's still alive? Wait.
Yeah, thank you. You saved me. I'm being carried by a kitten.
With a kitten with a motorcycle.
He's so cute. Oh, it's a motorcycle. I thought it was gonna be like some like jet skis.
Oh wait, watch. I have this emote. Let me see if I can do it.
Oh. Oh, I did not expect that.
It's like a transformer.
Yeah. That's
Oh
really
my
cool.
god. Yeah.
I have splashes for us.
Okay.
Don't have any white heals, so. Did they not have any?
I don't know. I think didn't the one guy's stuff maybe drop a little? I don't know.
Did he not drop anything? Ah, these. I'm so happy these are back though.
It's a really cool healing item. Yeah, he had stuff down here.
Oh, nice. Do you have some AR ammo?
Oh yeah, I have a ton. Holy crap. I have like 500. Just take some.
I'm gonna eat this shield pot too.
Yeah, but I was playing games with one of my friends like every night, and then we were watching YouTube like on our lunch breaks, like at work, like we would watch to try to like. That's kind of how I got into like this whole world, because like being an older, I'm 36, like I got into this kind of late, and that's what I was saying. Like I didn't really know what Twitch was, or like, I mean I knew like of it, like, but I wasn't really like I didn't really understand like why you would be on it and like kind of like hanging out like in communities and stuff, and basically what it was is we were watching we would watch gameplay because we were trying to learn how to play. Like we wanted to be we wanted to be better, right? And it was like, let's use the internet to kind of like learn how to, like I was talking about Battlefield and stuff, and it's like, I'd never played a Battlefield game before I played BF1, so it was like I kind of had to learn learn how it, how the mechanics work, like how you score, like
yeah, the Battlefield games are kind of there's a lot going on in those.
Yeah, and it was one of those things that the more I learned about it, like I could start to, even before I was really good at it, I could learn how to score, like how the scoring system worked. I could learn. I'm gonna do an RPG. That would be. Oh shoot, we gotta go.
Oh my, we can launch.
Okay.
You gonna place it here?
Yep. Because I found that like a lot of the like the player bases on those games, they don't figure out how the scoring systems work, and like how to like play objectives, and like how to like actually win, right? Like everyone always just wants to have like this good KD, and they wanna just go go for kills, but they're not like pushing objectives. They're not not holding the objectives and that kind of thing.
Oh yeah,
no,
they just take it and then run to the next one.
Yeah, so
everyone is just running in circles.
Yeah, but it was kind of fun to like learn how how the capping systems work, and like how it I don't know, like how the games are sort of built.
Yeah, and they had like those tickets too. I worked on those games for like 5 years, and I still don't really understand how those tickets work.
Yeah, like it's sort of like a random amount that you would get, like basically. There's a guy there's a guy like way out there. He's probably gonna snipe me.
Oh, you can shoot him. Oh, there's a chest here. Got some splashes for us.
Okay.
Oh. I think I'm getting shot at from 300 somewhere.
Okay.
Or behind, it's difficult to say. Maybe if we take this house and like the top part,
okay,
we'll have a high ground.
And I'll just keep my head down. Good.
Oh, this place is actually
Oh,
really cool.
what? I just got sniped and it didn't count. Oh my god.
Did you snipe him or?
No, you just hit me. Now they're on us. They're on us already.
Yeah, they had the grappler.
God dang it. Everybody's got like all the cheap stuff.
They all have like the mythic weapons, right? Well, that guy has the grappler too, so...
Oh, he got me, but I got the other one. It's just one-on-one.
Oh, nice. Where are they at?
Down on the ground by me. He might be going for the res, all the way in the bottom. I think he is, anyways. I can't see him. I hear him reloading. I think he's in one of those boxes.
Here? Oh, there they are. Come on, open that.
Nice. Oh no!
No.
I got sniped. What the hell?
No.
Oh my god.
Do I have to play this by myself now?
I guess, yeah. Oh my god, you have all the mythic weapons though. Jesus.
That's actually good though. You know what? I'm gonna go grappler. I think. Well, the thing is that
That might not be It's a hard decision to make.
Yeah, because the since the what are they called? The pumps are not as good as they used to be.
Mm-hmm.
I'm thinking it might be good to just like do the grappler and the drum gun. But the drum gun is also nerfed, so yeah, let's find some people. I need to practice with this one, so I so rarely get to use it. I have the drum gun. See if we can find some people.
You've got the minis too.
Oh shit. Oh, I mean, oh wow. I saw something blue here. What's that? Like, it's so difficult to see further away now, and like my eyesight is already very bad.
Oh, there's one.
Oh, there's a person.
Yep.
Did he go inside the house? Oh, there he is. Oh my. Lasered. See, I'm gonna see if I can like grapple up. It's so, this grappler is so different from the other weapon.
Yeah, it's a much longer range, and yeah, and then you like glide off of it. It's really cool.
Yeah. Loaded probably. Oh, he wants my grappler really bad. Did he just jump up?
I don't know. Is he in that? Look like he's maybe in that cone there, or like right in there.
Oh yeah, there he is. Yeah, it is a bit different, like how it loads, I feel like. He's just waiting for me to... Is that his or mine? It's his. I'm not very good, like I'm usually better at being the person in the box than outside of it.
Yeah. Then being the push person, like doing the pushing. Yeah. I agree.
Oh my god, this is gonna take some getting used to. Okay, I'm gonna be in the bush. He's gonna come out of here, right?
Yeah.
I saw him. Yeah, he's here. He doesn't know that I'm here. There. Okay, maybe now he saw me. It's fun though.
Where's
But
it?
yeah, I really miss the
Oh no! What did he hit you with, that charge gun? Holy crap! You charged that quick.
It's good. Yeah. I miss the sniper like so much.
Ah.
Oh, I thought that was the... Oh, wow.
Good effort.
I thought I had the drum gun out. That was not the drum gun.
Oh my god. All right, let's switch off and we'll answer some questions and that kind of thing.
Yeah, sure.
Let's do that. Oh. All right, so we had a couple. Let's see. So Cosmic had a question a few minutes ago. Do you ever get the feeling your mood is going down on the stream, and how do you combat that?
I definitely feel it. Sometimes I actually like end the stream earlier.
Mm-hmm.
If
Yeah.
that happens. If I know there's no like coming back, or if I already been streaming like for a couple of hours. Then I just end it, because sometimes I just feel like it's better to end it than to, and like come better the next day with more energy and like a better mood, than to just like keep going, because people know when I'm like not feeling it. So
Yeah.
there's no point in like faking it.
I had really good advice from a viewer like about a week ago, where he basically told me, he said that you don't have to remember that you don't owe anyone a stream. So like, sometimes you kind of have this feeling before you start, or maybe the feeling creeps in while you're doing it, where your energy's not 100%, or you're not really feeling it that day. And sometimes it's better to just like take the day off and like give yourself the day than sort of force it, because I feel like it's always obvious to the audience, and it's like a lot of times the audience is there to escape their crappy day. They maybe had a bad day.
And you don't want to add to that.
Yeah, and like sometimes, sometimes bringing that in like it doesn't really do
Mm,
anyone any good, right? And it's like it's not really helping you move forward. It's not helping them kind of get
no.
like, get that good feeling or those good vibes that they like to get from watching you. And I don't know. So it's kind of, I thought that was kind of interesting. Ethan had a question. He said, when did you get into games? So like, what's your history with games?
Well, I think my first console was the NES, the old NES, Nintendo Entertainment System,
Mm-hmm.
the old that box.
Yeah, I
So
have one on my shelf, like
yeah.
right,
Oh
yeah,
yeah, I see it now.
right
Yeah,
there. Yeah,
I
I've
still
got
have
on my
mine
desk.
too.
Yeah.
And that's like a bunch of games on like different like laptops and then like all the Nintendo consoles, and then it just went like up from there.
Do
Then
you remember
Xbox came out and PC.
what was
The
the?
PC.
Do you remember what the first computer games that you played were? What were some of your early computer games you played?
Yeah, are you talking like PC specifically or like console?
PC or Mac or like anything like whatever whatever you had like kind of growing up like as a child like what was like your like earliest like computer gaming memory?
Well, I remember from for the Nintendo Entertainment System, it was the Super Mario 3.
Okay.
So I did play the other ones too, but it was like the third one that we started with when we were kids. And then as a lot of the games, I don't remember like the names of them. I just like remember, especially like the PC games. I just remember like images and stuff from them.
Okay. Okay. Let's see. Question two. What season did you start playing Fortnite, and what's your favorite season?
I started playing late season 3, and the way that I got into Fortnite was that I found out that you could do challenges in the game, and I really like to like check things off lists. So I basically just played Fortnite doing challenges for like the first couple of seasons. I wasn't trying to get better at the game or anything like that. Well, I was playing with my squad that I had back there. Um, it's only in the like last 3 months that I started to play more, like try to actually become better at the game.
Okay.
And seasons, I mean, all those seasons between like 3 and 6 were amazing, and then that futuristic season. I don't know if that was season 8, the one with the where you could fly in those like pipes. Do you remember that season?
Yeah. I was trying to remember which season was which this like just yesterday because like
Yeah,
I get those
I
mixed
don't
up.
remember.
Yeah, because like they had elements from like earlier seasons and the later seasons, and it got kind of like confusing as to like when you could fly through like the wind tunnels or whatever they were called, and then like
Yeah,
yeah, like
I
I
don't
don't know.
remember what anything is called. I'm sorry. I
Yeah,
just don't have the brain capacity for
yeah,
that. Season 9? Season 9 it might have been. The one I think was before the Brutes.
yeah. And then season 10, I think they had like the like rift zone that was changing and like that kind
Hmm.
of thing. Okay. Let's see here. What else? Oh, your favorite weapon. We kind of touched on that. Is it the heavy
Yeah.
sniper or I feel like I don't know. I feel like
Well, I always
that's
been a fan of the heavy sniper, the blue tack, and the blue SMG, but now the blue tack and the blue SMG are nerfed, so that's a bit sad. But those used to be my favorite, and of course the combat shotgun.
yeah, for sure. So I have a question. So last week I had the guest that I had last week was a male streamer. So we got a question that basically what the question was how do you handle it's kind of I guess the question was kind of like how do you handle like trolling or like people that are sort of like toxic that come into your chat, like how much I guess the question was kind of like, how do you just kind of more generally, how do you handle it? Like, how quickly do you get rid of people? Like, how quickly do you make a determination whether someone should be there or not? Like, kind of, something along those lines, I guess is kind of what I'm asking.
Yeah, I guess for my stream we kind of have like there are some like some things they get insta ban for, and some things that like we try to like maybe like joke about if they say something and like make something fun out of it. But if they just keep going, then they usually get banned. But like some things, if they something that's like an insta ban in my stream is if they come in and they say that I'm bad at the game, for example, or I'm trash,
Okay.
because people come in and they watch you for like 2 seconds and then you don't get a kill or you get killed and they're like, oh, she's trash at this game.
Okay.
And that's like, it does like a lot of damage, because those people, they have no idea who you are or what your goals are, that you're like playing for fun and self-improvement, and it really brings like the stream down.
That makes sense.
So I don't know if you have like insta bans for things like that.
Yeah, I mean, we so what we've been doing, so I had a kind of another like shift recently too, where I've been doing a lot of giveaways. We playing Fortnite. A lot of times people are always asking for things, right? Like it's just like people asking for skins, asking to play, asking for anything. So what we've been doing is really anytime someone comes into chat and they're asking anything of me or like assuming things that make it about them and not about like the community or not about like the stream as a whole, we're pretty much just purging those messages immediately. So like Ethan, like my main mod, he's basically trying to even keep me from seeing it in a lot of cases, because anytime I feel like I have to say no or have to like focus on that question and respond to that question, it sort of like lowers my energy and lowers like the positivity a bit. So we've been trying to make this effort to not like ban those people, but just like make them like aware that behavior isn't going to be tolerated. Like we're not going to have those messages in chat. That's not a polite thing to ask. It's not what we're looking for. And
for people asking to play, I actually use like a auto mod for that, because I get so many requests per day about the same phrases like, can you add me, can I add you, play with me 1v1, and those just gets like insta timed out by a bot now, because like of the sheer amount that's coming in, and my mods can't keep up with it. So that's a way to do it as well, if it's like certain words I've added to that filter as well.
Cool. Anybody else have questions before we kind of get to the, I guess I might have a couple more, but just if anyone else has questions, this is a great time to ask. But yeah, I don't know, this has been super fun so far. Like I like
Ethan asked about a Valorant question.
Oh, we have a Valorant question. What was it? Did you see? I don't see it.
He said, I heard you play Valorant, so question 5, what agent do you play and what map do you like to play on Valorant?
Oh, cool.
I think that I'm an Omen main. I'm yet to try Jet. I like Omen because he can be aggressive, but he also like helps his team. And then sometimes if we really need a healer, I play Sage, but I think that she's too passive for like my play style. And the maps, I enjoy all maps actually.
Ethan's all excited.
What about you, Oregon? Do you play Valorant?
I've played Valorant. It's very difficult for me. Like it's sort of I enjoy playing it off stream. I have a really hard time playing it on stream because I have to focus so much to try to keep up.
No, it's really difficult to play on stream. I tried.
Yeah, and I've never played that type of shooter before. So like also playing keyboard and mouse, playing on playing that type, and then also like the positioning and aiming. Like it's such a foreign thing to me that the reason I love to stream Fortnite still is that I can sort of shut my brain off a bit with the game. Like I don't have to, like I can play Fortnite sort of in this casual mode where I'm able to give a lot of my attention to stream and like very little attention to the game, where I feel like when I play Valorant, like it's kind of the opposite, where I have to be fully locked into the game, fully focused on the game, and if I don't do that,
I think why that's also one of the reasons why streaming like blew up so much, because of Fortnite, because of like the format, because battle royales are very good for streaming because you have so much downtime where you can focus on chat.
Yeah,
you can't always do that in other games.
And it's also, I think it's easy for the viewer to understand what's going on. Like it's very it's very clear at all times. Like, okay, there's a certain number of players left. You have a certain number of kills. You can see the enemies very clearly. Kind of like keep up with the fights. I don't know. Like that's why I felt like when I first started like spectating Valorant streams, is that I had a hard time as a viewer keeping up with what was happening, and I didn't feel the same level of like interest or like suspense building like as the game progressed. So like the longer the game was going on, like I didn't really feel like that like mounting mounting interest, especially without like I think I get it when there's like an announcer or somebody that's sort of like explaining what's happening, but
it's easier to follow.
Yeah, but as a casual viewer and someone that I didn't grow up around like CS or anything like that, so it's like it's very difficult for me to kind of like get into. I don't know. I don't know if that's right or wrong, but that's just how
No,
I felt.
I totally understand. I didn't play CS myself, but my brothers played it a lot, so I like been watching them a lot.
Yeah.
But I'm not that used to actually like playing those games, but I really enjoy it.
Yeah, because I know the spectating's huge on like CS is like that's like a
Oh
huge
yeah,
thing,
it's
right?
huge. No,
Yeah,
it's like if you look at the browse thing on Twitch, it's always CS is always like top 5, like most viewed.
yeah, yeah. Let's see here. Try to see if there's any other questions. Let's see. Did you pick up any other ones? I don't think I saw any. Ethan, were there any more questions that we might have missed? I don't want to make sure that we cover everybody. Your question, well, Kotala, you wanted to just know about the season. We did talk about the season earlier a bit. Oh, where's Dom Dom from? I guess you didn't. We
From
didn't.
Sweden. Hmm.
Your English is very good, so I appreciate.
Thank you.
I appreciate you. Oh my god. Did you know
Um,
I actually was in Sweden last year.
what?
Yeah.
Why?
Well, there was Gabby, Gabby the streamer. She was doing
Oh yeah.
she did a meetup, and I went
Oh
and
nice.
like yeah, so she lives in Gothenburg, so I went and
Oh.
hung out for the weekend, and like it was cool. It was really cool. So yeah, I got to go into I flew into the UK, so I was in London, and Sweden, and it was nice. It was like it felt very like welcoming. It was like very like it
What
didn't.
month of the year were
I
you here,
was
you said?
there in late summer. I think it was like August, maybe something like
Oh,
that.
that's one of the good months.
Yeah, it was very
We
nice.
only
Yeah,
have like 3 good months. The rest is just
yeah,
living hell.
yeah. Well, like where I'm from in Michigan. It's similar. I'm not as far north as you guys are,
Mm.
so like we get a little more daylight, in the winter, but it's still kind of crummy. Yeah, I have friends that have said, yeah, you should come to like DreamHack in the winter, and I'm like, I want to go on vacation and be in the dark the entire time.
No,
Like I don't know. It just
it's
sounds like
depressing.
yeah, it sounds rough,
It's,
but
it is rough.
oh my god.
Even
Uh,
for natives, it's rough.
yeah. Trying to think of anything else. You've talked about it a couple times. I'm just curious because I didn't ask you, but like, so what is your what do you do a little bit? Like you said, you were like working for game studios and things like that. Like, what's your background there? Like, how does that happen? Or what do you do for game studios? Like, what's your specialty?
Well, the way I got like employed or hired at Dice was prior to that. I worked. What's it called when you work when you don't make money? I worked for a
Like
university.
internship? Yeah.
Yeah, it was sort of like an internship. It wasn't for my university. I was from a different town. I'm not from Stockholm originally. I was working with a thing called Swedish Game Awards. I don't know
Okay.
if you've heard of that. So it's students that submit games. Yes, they make games, and then we have contact with all of these big gaming studios. So I did that for a year, and then I got hired by one of the studios.
Okay.
After, well, that was Dice then.
Okay.
So they picked me up from there.
Did
And
Dice
then
do the Star Wars games also, like the Battlefront, like that kind of stuff?
yes, that was after I left though.
Oh, okay. Sorry. I was like,
No,
because
no, it's fine.
that was another game that I played. Like, I never streamed it because it was like this was like
Yeah.
a while ago, but like another game that I just played to death. Like I don't know, loved
Oh,
that game.
really?
Yeah. Right.
No, I didn't work on those.
Let's see here. The picture. Oh, the 3 a.m. picture. Yeah. So do you live more like in the northern part of Sweden? Is that why you had like the daylight at 3 a.m. picture from the other day? I think.
I don't know. I mean,
Is it just
I'm
like that
not.
everywhere
I
right
live
now?
in Stockholm, but I think Stockholm is considered south. I'm from like a bit up north, not like north, but more north than
So
Stockholm.
it's pretty much everywhere then. Like that you get
Yeah, I
those
think
really long days.
it's everywhere in
Wow. Yeah, no
because
Emmys.
even like
Yeah.
the southern of Sweden is pretty far north, if you know what I mean. Yeah, now
Oh my
it's
god.
like it's either dark all day round or it's just brightness all
Yeah.
day round.
Pretty crazy. Yeah, we're here it's like dark at like 10, something like that. So
Oh.
not anywhere near that. That's about as long as our days get, is right around 10 o'clock, not like, midnight, 3, 3 a.m.
Yeah,
or
no,
whatever.
I mean, we still have maybe 2 or 3 hours of darkness, but then at like now, I think already at 2 a.m. it starts to get bright outside.
Yeah. I have one more question for you. I think I remember a tweet that you had like from a while ago about I think I don't remember exactly what you said, but it was something about male streamers and how it's frustrating how like they seem to like just like roll out of bed and like get on stream in like a hoodie, don't brush their hair.
They
Like
do.
they
It's
do, right?
unfair.
But but I guess that my
No,
my
it's not.
question is, do you feel like there's a lot of successful male streamers that are doing that way, or do you think that it just seems like to be like what they think that they can kind of get away with, or like I don't know, like what do you?
Uh, yeah, no, I know what you mean, and I definitely think that the male streamers that have more success, unless they are like actual pro players, because if you're a
Hmm.
pro player, you're gonna get that's what people want to see. So then you're gonna get the viewership, and that's great. I think that a lot of younger streamers, especially guys, they think that if they just like sit down, they flip on a switch, and then they're gonna have like 500 viewers instantly
Hmm.
with not being engaged in the community. And I hear that every day from people coming in and saying, "Oh, but I've been streaming for 3 hours today, but I don't have any viewers. Like, why is that?" And it's like you have to ask yourself, why would someone watch me, and not just assume that because I think that a lot of people don't understand that Twitch is like an entertainment
Hmm.
thing, and you have to sort of be an entertainer in some way, and there are a lot of different ways to be like an entertainer. You can be super chill and still like entertain, like a
Yeah.
huge stream. But I
I
think that a lot of people don't understand that.
That's kind of funny. That's one of like my top things that I work on, and the top things is that I give out as advice for people that are starting is
Mm,
that if you can't watch yourself, like if you can't watch your own stream and find it entertaining, then it's sort of
yeah,
like it's presumptuous to say that no one else, that anyone else will, right? And it's like, so I'm constantly watching my streams back, at least parts of my streams back, to see,
I do that too sometimes.
yeah, right. Like to see
Yeah.
like what am I doing well? Am I getting a kick
Mm.
out of it? Am I enjoying it? Because I want the audience to enjoy it. So if I find that I'm not enjoying it, it's like, well, what was wrong with either my energy or maybe the things I was talking about or whatever it was that can kind of help me just have things to think about or to make adjustments so that I can constantly have stream better, right? Like be better than it was
Oh yeah,
before.
I watch like almost every day. I either listen to like a podcast or watch a YouTube video on streaming. Um,
Okay,
I
but
try
not.
to
Yeah.
every day like learn something new about it, and I've been doing that for like 2 years. So, and some people haven't done any of that,
Hmm.
and then like of course they're not gonna know like how to do or how to present yourself.
Yeah, I feel like when I first started, I was so focused on the technology of streaming, like
Mm.
making sure that I had a really good, I had my setup, like had all of like the things that I felt like I needed, and I felt like it delayed my development as a broadcaster because like I wasn't focusing on like, the actual like important part of streaming, like the entertaining part of streaming, like just, making sure that you're talking, being interesting, having like good inflection in your voice, like carrying yourself like professionally, and making it so that when people do eventually find me, that I don't just look like a good streamer, like I'm actually like, delivering good content to people. And I think I got sort of sucked into like, yeah.
Yeah, and that's something I noticed too, that like because you do get raids from time to time from like bigger streamers, and you want to be like maybe not at your best, but like at a really good level in mood and looks even, and like have your stream look nice and chat behaving well for those
Mhm.
rare times when someone like a huge audience actually comes into your stream. So you need to like always kind of be prepared for that. But I think that's a good thing to think about, because then every stream you will bring it to like every stream
Mhm.
and try to make every stream your best. And I think that's just good for the quality of it.
Yeah, I also think a lot of times about like things happening like at the right times, like I don't know, about like, you sort of like kind of you're constantly leveling up as a streamer. Like you constantly are
Hmm.
learning something, you're adding something, whether it's, getting a good, you get your first like really good moderator, like, you get like your bots set up, like you were talking about, and you sort of like kind of like preparing yourself for, for big moments, right? Like you said, when you get that big raid or that big host, and all of a sudden, someone's given you this opportunity, like kind of like constantly sort of putting yourself in a better position to be ready for that moment to happen, so that way you can kind of capitalize on it, right? And it doesn't like and it doesn't sort of just become this wasted opportunity or wasted sort of thing that that kind of happens.
No, exactly. You need to be ready for it
Yeah, I don't know, I bet.
when someone
Yeah,
comes to your stream.
pretty cool. So I want to know too, like, has there been a like a big moment or like something that sort of happened to your like while you've been streaming that was sort of like a really like cool thing that happened, whether it was like a big host or a raid, or it was like like
Yeah,
a cool
I
like
was
just something.
actually looking at my stats for the last year the other day, and I noticed there were like 2 or 3 things that I could like see in the stats where it happened. I did some changes to my stream, and then there was like 2 big raids. And I think one of them was that I was streaming consistently,
Hmm.
5 days a week, and then at the same time, so people always knew like when and where to find me. The other thing was that I had started playing competitive, and I was really, really like thriving in that.
Hmm.
And that helped me find my audience, because I didn't know who my audience was before, and that's really important. So then I can like narrow in on that audience and focus on that, and like tune my stream and my social medias to that.
Hmm.
And then I got, I think it was I had a raid from Alexia Ray. Is that her name? Oh
Yeah,
my
yeah,
god,
yeah, we know her.
that's her name, right?
That's one of Ethan's favorites.
Yeah.
That's awesome. So that was probably
So
that's probably a
she's
pretty big
friends
raid. Yeah.
with Valkyrie and Pokimane and all of those. Yeah, so that was
Yeah.
huge.
Yeah.
And I've been following her for some time too.
Yeah.
And I really noticed like my stats going up after that. And then I think the same week I had a raid from Gabby.
Mm-hmm.
I
Okay.
think that was even like you maybe that sent that raid towards me.
Possibly. Yeah.
Yeah, and then I just noticed that I started to get more and more like big raids, and it does have a huge impact on your numbers, but it wouldn't have had that impact on my numbers if I weren't already comfortable streaming, if I hadn't found like my audience, or was streaming what I wanted to.
Hmm.
So you need to like create an environment where if something like that happens, you can like capitalize on it.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, it's funny how like a raid
Yeah,
like that, when it's the right, what do you call
it
it?
has to be the
When it's
right
yeah,
time. It's very
yeah,
important,
yeah.
because a
But
lot of people think that they're just waiting for like that a big raid, and
hmm.
then even if they get it, like nothing happens, because it's like you always have to ask yourself, why should someone watch your stream? Like, it's harsh, but
Hmm.
in entertainment business you have to think about that.
Yeah. Yeah. And the
Like,
other yeah.
why should they watch your stream? It's a lot of time and effort that like goes into it. Why should they?
Exactly. Yeah, and why are they there? And then I think also like the having the right raid, like I think with you, like
Mm.
the fact that it was, a female streamer that sort of has like a similar kind of vibe, like a similar, type of community. So like her viewers could relate to your stream like very quickly, So it's like people that, coming in that off that raid, it's not this drastic difference. There's some things that they
Oh,
can
no, no,
find.
no. It's only like, even from like a big raid like that, it's
Yeah.
only maybe like, say that it's a raid of 300 people, it might only be like 2 or 3 people who stays and becomes like a regular.
Yeah.
But those 2 or 3 people might have been looking for like a competitive streamer. Maybe they were looking for, I mean, I mostly watch guys, for example, but a lot of guys only watch girls, or a lot of girls only watch girls.
Hmm.
So they were probably looking for like, oh, a female competitive Fortnite streamer. And
Yeah.
then they found me via that raid, and then they stayed, because I had tailored my stream into being like a competitive Fortnite stream,
Yeah, so
which what they were looking for probably.
I got on my birthday this year, I got rated by Dakota. So this was like about a
Yeah.
month ago.
That's
And
insane.
what a lot of people don't know is because this happened at the end of stream, I also was
Mm.
rated by ML, what is its name? ML7 support, something like that. I'm always get the name wrong, but he's a competitive Overwatch player and competitive.
Oh, yeah,
Um,
yeah, yeah.
yeah, and it was another like 1,000 viewer raid that happened
Really?
at the end of that stream
Oh, that's insane.
while I was playing Valorant, and the viewers of so I had still like 500 viewers or something because of the Dakotas thing. So this guy sees me and he's like, "Oh, I'll raid this guy. It's his birthday. He's playing Valorant, whatever." But what's funny is that I got a lot of interaction from the Dakotas viewers because my stream is so similar to Dakotas, and
Mm.
like Dakotas and I are like very kind of like we're similar people. Like we're just kind of we're both
Yeah.
similar in age. We kind of like joke about things a lot. We talk about older references. It's very this like similar where
Well,
this
I mean, I'm the same. I raid after every stream, and I look for people that I think that my community will enjoy. Because
yeah
what's the point if you just raid someone and they leave instantly?
yeah, and that's what I was getting like this other raid, like I got a couple follows, but the people couldn't relate with me at all because I'm sort of
Hmm.
this like very plebby Valorant player that like has never played competitive, barely knew what he was doing. You're coming from
Yeah.
a professional to someone that has like 4 hours of Valorant time, and no CS time, so it's like it just
No,
didn't,
I always get raided at the worst possible moments too.
but it
It's
was just
never when I play like
yeah,
my core gameplay. It's
yeah,
always like doing something.
doing something silly or yeah,
Yeah,
just
or
whatever.
just dying instantly.
Oh my god.
Perfect.
All right. Well, I think that we can kind of wrap up. I think that we got everybody's questions in. I don't
Mm.
know. Yeah, this was super fun though. I had like I don't know, very interesting. I was good to get to know you a little bit better because like I've been in your community like a few times and
Yeah.
watched your stream a little bit. Oh, actually, I have one more thing. So I have to bring this up because the whole reason that it was just so I think this is so interesting. Like I found you while I was I used to do this thing on Twitter where I would like trying to network through Twitter, right? So
Yeah.
I found you because I was searching hashtags that streamers use that we rarely get any response on, right? So like as
Yeah.
streamers, we use these hashtags like small whatever it was, streamer, Twitch, small streamer, whatever, support small, all these like hashtags, right? And I would search these hashtags and I don't know. I'm not saying that you did something wrong, but like I found you, and what's so funny was that what I would do is I would find people, I would respond to their tweet, and then I would go into their stream and I would just start interacting, right? And basically the whole idea was just to make a new connection, like make a connection with a streamer that I didn't know before, and kind of see how they responded. And people that responded positively, I would follow, and then I would sort of just like keep checking back and like be part of their community.
Oh
People
yeah.
that people that didn't, I was just like, oh whatever, this person isn't doing, or I would find people
Mm.
that I felt like were doing a good job with streaming, and then it was like, okay, this is someone that I can learn from. This is someone that like adds value to my group of my network of people that I know and interact with on Twitch. And I just thought that was funny that I found you that way, but you were already connected to other people that I knew, which was sort of like I thought that was
Yeah,
kind of like
I had started being like really social, and yeah, that's like a pro tip for streamers. Like if you want to be a streamer, like, and you're looking at getting like one more social media, like you have to get Twitter,
yeah
because like the Twitch community on Twitter is huge, and like to socialize with people there is huge too. Like, I made so most of my connections are from either like being on the Twitch platform or Twitter.
yeah
I would really recommend that. I
yeah
feel like Instagram is dying a bit
it
and
yeah
YouTube is like extremely saturated, but like on Twitter you can actually talk to like a lot of streamers or streamers that are like at the same level
yeah
that you are, and like have an instant connection.
I feel like Twitter's the best for interaction, and then
Mm.
I feel like for discoverability and for just like eyeballs right now, I think TikTok's probably the next
Mm.
best thing because like I can get more people to see a Fortnite clip or something like that there than I can pretty much anywhere else right now.
Mm.
Where you can get literally a million views or hundreds of thousands of views on a Fortnite clip where you could post a Fortnite video all day long on YouTube and nobody sees it, and it's like
Yeah.
it's really kind of an interesting, I don't know, it's sort of interesting like how there's still room to grow on TikTok where everywhere else that's like you
I
could
wonder
yeah
what will come. What will be the next big thing after TikTok though?
I know, but now I feel silly not jumping on it earlier. So it's like I think that next
Yeah,
time,
no.
and next time anything comes out, I think I'm just gonna have to jump on it and like
right away.
get after it. So all right, we could end there. But yeah, thank you so much for all the time. I know it's tough to
Thank
to
you.
give some time out of your day and like
No,
with
it's been a
streaming and
pleasure.
everything. So all right, yeah, guys, don't forget to check her out. So twitch.tv/LittleDomDom. We've had her name up the whole time. Ethan's been
Yeah, thank
linking
you.
there a bit, and yeah, have a good day. Yeah, we'll see you later.
Yeah. See you.
All right, guys. I'm gonna end the stream right there, and yeah, but I hope you guys enjoyed it. So that was the second episode of the podcast. I think Dom Dom was great. Super super kind, super interesting, and I love you guys. I will be uploading this to YouTube, so if you guys missed it, look for it on the YouTube channel. Don't forget to check out Dom Dom. She does stream pretty much every day. She's on all the time. Like she said, she streams for about 4 hours, doing mostly arena right now. And I'm going to enjoy the rest of the day here. And I hope to see you guys soon. Later, everybody. Thank you so much for watching today. I appreciate it.